If you watch too much of self-improvement stuff, this video is for you. It was back in 2017 when I got introduced to this concept of self-improvement. I started to watch a lot of self-improvement related stuff like videos, reading blogs, following people around, and I started noticing genuine betterment of myself around the areas which I wanted to improve upon, like being productive, having a better time management capability, building my focus and social skills. Initially, it was all going smooth as I was implementing what I was learning, but soon I started to notice that I was consuming way too much of this kind of content. There's this phase which I like to call the beginner phase, from which I graduated after watching so and so hours of content. I started to notice that I was getting less and less value as I was watching more and more of the self-improvement content after a certain period of time. So what I started doing instead was, yes, you're right, I started to consume more and more of this type of content. As I was feeling a little bad about myself as I was not improving as much as I wanted to, this had to stop. As I noticed, I was not improving constantly, which was my main goal, even watching hours of self-improvement content. If this sounds relatable to you, you should stop watching self-improvement content, at least for now. I'm gonna share some practical steps that I took and you guys can take too if you found yourself stuck in this self-improvement trap. Step number 1. Find out your what. What do you want to change or improve on? Is it finance? Is it health? Or is it some kind of corporate skills in order to get you a better job? Or might even be your social skills. Or in any case, if you're like me, you want to improve in every aspect of your life. Just by simply asking yourself, what do you want to improve yourself upon? You're gonna make yourself aware the areas that you actually want to improve upon. Step number 2, find out your why. Now, since you have figured out the area you want to improve upon, your what, now you need to find out your why. Simply ask yourself, why do I want to improve on this? So initially when I was into this self-improvement beginner phase, I skipped this step. Asking yourself your why is very much important to help you set up the clear goal. For example, I want to improve my social skills. Why? Because I want to have meaningful and better relationship with other people. At this point, setting and having a goal is much more important than going into the action phase without even having any goal in your mind. First step is plan your how. Now you have your what is your thing that you want to improve on and why you want to improve on that specific thing. The next thing is to find out your how. How are you going to achieve your goal? So let's take my example. My what was, what do I want to improve on? I wanted to improve on social skills. What was my why? Because I want to form better and meaningful connections with people. My how was, what are the small measurable steps that I can take in order to be more social so that I could form better connections with the people around me? So how can I be more social? Since I have a tiny bit of idea around the areas I want to improve, that is one of the social skills which I acquired from watching all of this self-improvement stuff. How about I plan up a small meetup with my group of friends? I can plan the complete outing and be the host of the same for that specific plan. So it is much more of an achievable step that you can take. And as simple as it gets, you are progressing towards your goal to be more social. It is quite simple. You don't have to go big. You just have to start small. That is what self-improvement is all about. Small steps to your betterment. Later on, you can take bigger steps, plan out tougher things, but initially you need to put out those small steps to get that engine rolling. That is all there is to it for this framework. Just plan, find out how you are going to do those things and take action. That's the framework. Just remember, we are all humans. Missing up a goal or a timeline is okay. You don't have to beat yourself up for missing out small goals. Situations might happen. There will be a lot of times when you cannot control everything, and that is the exact time you need to be kind to yourself and you need to acknowledge this is a part of the self-improvement and I'm ready to improve myself on this area as well. Instead of beating up yourself, you need to find out an alternative action plan. 3 questions that I ask myself when I fail or miss a deadline or a goal. Number 1. Could I have planned better? Maybe the timeline was a bit too strict, or maybe I did not account for certain scenarios that could have happened. Number 2 is, did I set up a feasible goal that I set up? Was it feasible in this respective timeline, amounting to all the situations that could have happened? And question number 3 is, what caused me to not reach the goal? Is it simply procrastination? Did some kind of situations happen that I had no control over? So I should be able to have a buffer time when I plan for the next goal. Once you apply all these steps and start to notice genuine betterment of yourself, and you feel like I need to get some more ideas or new way of thinking of how I could set better goals or maybe improve my focus or new skills that I want to acquire, the self-improvement content will always be there and you know where to find it. Now, in case you're feeling unsocial after using social media and you want to be a social person in general, you can check out this video that's on how social media is making us much more unsocial and how we can undo the effect. And I will see you guys real soon.